What's up, party people? It's your boy, Rodney Perry. Time for another episode of 5 Quick Questions. My guest for today, Willie Lynch Jr. Bounce when you say Jr. Fabulous comedian. One of my favorites, man. He hails from St. Louis. Am I right?
No, sir.
Where's home?
East St. Louis.
East St. Louis, Illinois.
Yes, sir.
Which is easily one of the most violent places in the world at one point.
Not no more, man. We've been in church. Niggas been baptized multiple times.
All right. I love you, man. Name of the show is 5 Quick Questions, man. Quick question. Question number 1. What does health mean to you?
Health is everything. It is my life's work. It is my life's mission. If I can't be healthy, nothing else even matters. It's the life's blood. It's the mission. The number one goal in life is to have peace, and you can't be at peace if you're not healthy. So that's what health means to me, G.
Wow. Willie Lynch Jr. You're a Kappa. He is a noob. But you seem like a person that operates outside the system.
Oh, definitely.
But at the same time, here goes question number 2. What do you love?
I love Black people. I love African people. Being that I'm a student of Dr. John Henry Clark and the student and the worshiper of the teachings of W.E.B. Du Bois, follower of Dr. Sebi, my mission in my life is to see Africa and African people, specifically American Africans and Africans throughout the diaspora, to get back to where we used to be as a righteous people, as a godly people, and as a peaceful people. So what do I love? African people.
Wow, well said, sir. We're talking to Willie Lynch Jr. Where does the name Willie Lynch Jr. come from? Because when I think of Willie Lynch, I think of the Lynch letters that was associated with slavery, but you've flipped that into something completely different. Question number 3, where does Willie Lynch Jr. come from?
Okay, so I just turned 43, Aries, baby.
Okay.
And when I started doing comedy when I was 14, wow. And over the years, I kind of started getting information and, end up getting educated and started reading a bunch. And I was in graduate school down in Nashville. I was going to Tennessee State. And I ended up taking a job at Belle Meade Plantation, right outside of Nashville. And I was a docent. I was a tour guide, and I was dressed like a house slave. And I was literally taking people on the grounds of the plantation and, giving them a tour of the house, as well as teaching them some basic history of the house, as well as putting, the context of Black folks in America and Black folks prior to coming to America. That was my tour. And at that time, I kind of got an itch for doing comedy again, because I went through a real dark period where I had gotten drugged and I kind of lost my mind for a couple of years. And so my ability to even be funny or even be sociable had gone out the window. And once I got back on my feet, I was like, I can talk again. I can be funny. So I want to try to do comedy. And my plan was to get my PhD after I got my master's. I wanted to get my PhD in either history or Africana studies and be the next Dr. John Henry Clark. And I kind of got that itching for stand-up again, because I got back on stage. And I remember kind of praying about it, asking the ancestors while I was at Belle Meade, to kind of sanction my doing stand-up instead of me just doing what I plan on doing, which is getting a PhD. And at this time, I had read the Willie Lynch letter, and it had a real profound impact on me, because what I read in that letter, it made me think, I'm like, this is what's really happening to Black people today. And I felt like I heard a voice tell me, we will sanction your doing stand-up and your career, but so long as you teach the people that are, laughing at you, some basic things about their past and who we are as a people. And so when I got back on stage in 2007 at Fisk University, I think it was November 16, I went by the name Willie Lynch. And then a couple years later, because I stopped and started back, And a couple years later, I was looking, my frat brother, he kept seeing me tweet. Well, he kept seeing me post a bunch of statuses on Facebook. This 2009, he said, Noop, if I was you, man, I'd get on this new platform called Twitter. He said, because Twitter is made for somebody like you who just keep talking all day. And I was in love with Facebook, and I was like, man, I like Facebook. I'm cool on Twitter.
Right.
And then I ended up doing it anyway. And so I tried to use the name Willie Lynch, and it was already picked. Somebody already had it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Willie Lynch Jr. And then so I ran with that. And then at the same time, I done some homework, and I found out that Willie Lynch was one of the most famous bands in Ireland. And at the same time, another marketing strategy was that there are people who were trying to find out or had heard about Willie Lynch or the Willie Lynch letter, which was fictitious, by the way. It was written by a black man in 1970 in Durham, North Carolina. It was not written in 70.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But so I knew, had I chose that name, people were going to stumble upon my work if they were on YouTube or anywhere else, and they were just looking up Willie Lynch. They would end up seeing Willie Lynch Jr. And that actually helped me. So I've gotten a lot of work, and I lost a lot of work for having the name Willie Lynch Jr.
Really? Wow, that's a great story, man. Dude, I mean, you're really one of the smartest guys in comedy. What is conscious comedy to you? What does that mean to you, if anything?
Like before I got quote unquote, I only say smart. Before I started reading, I was just real silly. So who I used to be was because my idol used to be Marlon Wayans. And so I literally adored and I acted just like how Marlon did on the Wayans Brothers show. And that's how my comedy used to be. It was just real goofy. And then once I started learning, I remember 2008, I was doing stand-up in Nashville. And I was trying to be funny. But I was talking about things that I was just reading, and it wasn't funny. And I didn't know how to be funny and talk about serious stuff. And so what happened was, when I moved back home to East St. Louis, I ended up starting to study Paul Mooney. And I saw Paul Mooney making serious topics like race and racism and history funny. Yeah. And so that's how I learned how to do it. So conscious comedy for me it's just being like Dr. Clark used to say in his documentary called A Great and Mighty Walk. He said the entertainer has but one honorable purpose, and that's to use their art to change the world in which they live. And so I kind of follow in those footsteps of Paul Robeson. And I don't want to just be on stage and being funny, because I can do that. I can play the game. Like, I've been in the industry. I've been on television. I mean, I've been knowing you since I really started. Like, I can play the game. But at the same time, I was like, I feel like I'll be doing the ancestors a disservice if I don't bring some type of awareness about what's going on in the middle of some of my material. So that's what it means to me, bringing awareness, but being funny at the same time.
Got to be funny always. All right, Willie Lynch Jr. is our guest for the day. 5 quick questions. Question number 5, Mr. Willie Lynch Jr. Who is your GOAT in comedy, if anybody?
Ooh. Oh, man. I don't know if it's just one, but if I pick one, I kind of want to say Chappelle. And I have a reason for Chappelle, because I could say Red Fox, because people say Richard Pryor, but I don't think Richard Pryor is the GOAT.
Really?
No.
Really? Why not?
Richard, when I was listening to some Richard when I first kind of got into comedy, it wasn't funny to me. But then I started listening to some of his older stuff as opposed to his later stuff. His older stuff, when he was high all the time, like, that stuff was hilarious. And I was like, okay, I see why people saying it. But Red Fox, as a joke writer, like, to me, is the greatest ever. I love Bill Cosby, and I'm kind of thinking about transitioning into a Bill Cosby type of a comedian, being more clean. Because my late sister used to tell me, Anthony, you ain't got to be cussing to be funny. You are funny enough. And I couldn't. I just like cussing. So I want
me too.
Yeah, I want to say Bill, but what happened with Chappelle for me was, Chappelle is kind of somebody of my own heart, I guess, because a lot of the things that he talks about, these are things that I talk about, and I'm not influenced by him. You ever been somebody, you see somebody, you're like, man, we think a lot similar.
Oh, for sure. Like DL hits a lot of nerves I hit. Same way. Absolutely.
Yeah. So when Chappelle came back and the things he was talking about, like he was talking about things that a lot of black comics they were scared to touch on, you know. And I'm like, I was talking about those things, I just wasn't scared. So when he came back to me, he kind of opened the floodgates, and it was like, okay, we can almost talk about anything so long as our argument is solid. But to be honest with you, after watching this last special that Ali just put out,
Mm-hmm.
like I ain't no band like Ali. I'm in his camp. Like that's my OG.
Yeah.
But like at first it was Chappelle all day to me, like modern comics. But now I'm looking at what Ali just this last one and his whole body work.
Man, you know what? I talked to him yesterday, man, and Ali Siddiqui is the truth. I mean, as far as turning out work, turning out quality specials, back to back to back to back to back to back, I ain't nobody touching the guy right now to me in the game.
Yeah. And then to be honest with you, my other honorable mention is which gonna sound crazy, is K-Dub.
Okay, I love him. I love him. He's a smart guy.
Bro, K-Dub is in, like, people always said me and K-Dub look
Kelly
like.
Walker, for anybody tuning in, it's Kelly Walker out of Atlanta, Georgia. Well, out of Memphis, out of Mississippi by way of Atlanta, I believe.
Memphis, Mississippi, and Milwaukee. But people always say we look alike and we remind them of each other because of the way we talk and think. And I just started collecting coins. And once I started studying coins and money and the history of coins, I said, this is why this Negro so smart. You know, but just watching him do stand-up, it's just dope. And then lastly, I'm not saying it because I'm on here with you, but bro, to watch you after having your stroke, what you have turned into instead of a physical, bro, I watched you at D-Ray's spot on Monday a couple years ago. And I ain't seen you get down like that ever.
Wow.
And then just watching when you was putting up your clips, like you didn't turn into a different animal. You know what I mean?
I had to learn, man. I had to learn I couldn't be physical, and that's where my comedy lived. But the physicality, I just physically couldn't do it no more. And so, you know, I had to learn how to be funny without the movement.
Yeah, and I ain't, bro, you was always funny to me, but like you had me crying at D-Ray spot. I mean, like again, bro, you know me, I'm cocky. Bro, you made me tuck my comedy in that night.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like the stuff you was talking about and how you was making it was somewhat dirty, but it was clean at the same time. Like I'm a student. Like that's why I think I'm gonna be so prolific once I kind of get to move around more, because I'm a caretaker.
Yeah.
But I study everybody that's better than me. You know what I mean? So that's my goal, bro.
Hey man, talk to us about that before we go, man. Being a caretaker, man. I took care of my mother before she transitioned, and I know that's a big part of your life right now, man. Talk to me about being a caretaker before we get out of here.
It's challenging. It is really kind of put a
What's up, black man?
I'm on the podcast.
It's challenging, and it has kind of been depressing to an extent, because the momentum that I was getting as a comedian, it almost just stopped. You know what happened with me during 2020? Like I got so scared because of COVID, and I thought Trump was finna kill all the black folk.
How about that?
Bro, no cap. I was scared. Then my son was finna be born. Like I didn't know what was happening, and then I just started speaking out more than I ever did because I was real quiet, and I started to notice how my following shrank, but then it just kind of exploded. And I started getting more offers to tour, not only around the country, but around the world because of the things that I talked about. And I was happy, but then my sister got killed. And my mama almost died probably at least 30 times in the last 9 years, probably in the last 3. And I've been having to stay close to her. Like I can't really go nowhere. And it's been tough because she's stubborn, you know. And then there's one part of me I get depressed. I'm like, man, I can't move around. Like I get calls for work. You know, I can't go back to, I was filming something special in Belize and I couldn't do any of those things. And traveling to Honduras to study with Dr. Sebi's people, like it's a lot that's like, it's been put on hold. And like I've been doing comedy for so long and it's been everything that I had. And because I got to take care of this old woman, you know, it's been tough. Like I can't really move. And then to see her 1 minute, she's good. Next minute, you know, like a couple of months ago, they said she had dementia. You know, then they was trying to say she had cancer. And this is one of the reasons why I got so cold with these plants, because forget everybody else. Like I'm like, my mama can't die on me. You know, so it's been a roller coaster, but it's also been a blessing because to still have my mama with me and like to get her energy. Like when I call my mama and she say hello, That's how I know she good.
Yes, sir.
But if she don't pick up that phone, I'm like, man, she probably sick again. You know, so it's been rough, man. Like every day, like I run a business, I do comedy, I produce comedy shows, I teach a comedy class, I'm a daddy, I'm a husband, I'm an herbalist. Like my whole day is always full. So like the only reason why I did this because it was your podcast. Because bro, I didn't have no time to do anything right now. Because I'm like I literally had just fed my mama, you know, and I got it's been crazy, but it's been a blessing at the same time, man.
Man, you know what? I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. The name of the show is Five Quick Questions. We are at the end of the show. The man is Willie Lynch Jr. Follow. How do we stay in touch? How do we follow you on social, bro?
So I'm on Willie Lynch _JR on Instagram and Twitter, and Willie Lynch Jr. on Facebook. I have an all new podcast. It's called All the Way Live, or Live with Willie Lynch Jr. It's on YouTube. Rodney, I want you to do it. I would rather you come in studio, even if I got to fly you in. But even if you could do it virtually, because I've had some amazing, you know, guests so far. But that's my new baby. But it's Live with Willie Lynch Jr. on YouTube. But yeah, and then on my website, my herbs, osainsbotanicals.com. OSAINS botanicals.com. But yeah, that's it, man. That's what
you man, I love you, bro. I love you, man. I love you like a brother, like a friend, man. And it's an honor and a privilege to know you and watch you do what you do, man. It's a pleasure, man. Absolutely. Thank you. Man.
Thank you for everything you've ever done for me, bro. Like you was the first celebrity that gave me your phone number. You know what I'm saying? And then the day that I won the Bay Area.
I'm not a celebrity. I'm a peer. I'm your peer.
Oh, bro. You see, it's because you humble. But like, you don't know what you like. Nobody got nothing bad to say about you. And I told my mama, I say, Mama, Rodney Perry is a good luck charm for me. So the reason why I did the podcast is because in my mind, the way my religion works, anytime I come in contact with you, something positive happens for me. I won the Bay Area. When you called me, you got me on my first television show. Like you actually fought for me to be on national television. Then when I was working with you in Atlanta, I got discovered by Cat Williams and was right. I got paid to write for him. And it was something else. But that's what I think of you, bro. Like you up there for me. So that's why I'm glad you're still right here doing your thing, man. And we got to get you here sooner than later, man. But yeah, man, you ain't a period.
We're gonna make it happen, man. I love you, bro. That's the name of the show, 5 Quick Questions. Thank you, Willie Lynch Jr.
2 fingers, no prints.